G'day guys, it's JB with JB Adventures and welcome back to another video. First and foremost guys, I want to do a massive shout out to all you guys that left comments down below with your opinions and suggestions on how to get Dusty and us back to where we are right now. Obviously we're back on the coast, we did make it. We didn't get a lot of filming those last 2 days that we actually headed back. We did an overnight drive instead. Driving at night, obviously the temperature dropped down a lot on the outside, which helped Dusty make it. So we did a big 13-hour drive 2 days in a row to make it back to the coast on overnight. So there wasn't a lot to show you guys except for some night drives and Emma sleeping and Bubsy sleeping and Ezra sleeping and me trying not to sleep. So yeah, not a lot to film for you there guys, so I apologise that we didn't get any of those videos out for you. Obviously it's been a while since we've done a video as well. It's been about 2 weeks now. The reason for that is because that's how long Dusty has actually been at the mechanics getting sorted. He's still there at the moment. We're actually picking him up later today, which is why we're doing this video for you guys. I'll give you guys a little bit more of an update on Dusty later on the video, so if that's what you're after, stick around for that. I'll definitely let you know what's going on there. But while we're on the topic of talking about Dusty, now that he is hopefully back to A1 mechanical condition, there's a couple of touring mods that we want to do to Dusty as far as making travelling a lot easier. Now obviously we've got a tub on the back and a roof rack that holds most of our gear if it's not in the caravan, which is great and it works, and usually I wouldn't fix something if it wasn't broken, but it's also not very secure. We do lock everything so that it can't actually physically be taken out, but stuff like the Waco, you can open it no matter what. There's no lock that you can put on the Waco. So we are toying with the idea of actually taking the tub off, putting a tray down, and then putting a canopy on the back so that everything's nice and secure in there, as well as putting a dog box on the back as well so that the dogs are more secure and safer as well. So there's a couple of ideas that we're touring around with as far as Dusty's touring setup goes. There's a little bit of a reorg that we've got to do in the caravan. Nothing hectic that's going to make a video, but everything in there is basically covered in red dust at the moment. So a little bit of a clean up and a reorg in there, shuffle things around a little bit, which we'll show you guys that when we get to it. But that's basically the touring ideas that we're toying with for Dusty, as well as one other one that I'm not going to tell you guys just yet. You're going to have to wait, because next week's video is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I'm trying not to tell you guys what it is, but make sure you stick around for next week's video, because we have a massive touring edition that's coming along with Dusty and Walter. I think that's pretty much as I can say about that without giving it away too much. But this is a short video for you guys today. It's nothing huge. We just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update and let you know that we made it back. We're super thankful for you guys and all your help with getting here. And then yeah, just wanted to give you a bit of an update as well for our channel. Obviously coming up to the end of the year, we've almost been on the year for we've almost been on the road for a year now with YouTube. We were on the road a little bit before we started our YouTube channel obviously, but we didn't hit full-time living on the road until we started our YouTube channel. So it's almost, I think it's something like 10 months or something like that now that we've been on the road, living on the road as a family in the 1977 caravan with old Dusty towing it. So, but we do have a couple of destinations and things that we want to talk about. I'm going to let Emma take over here and let you guys know what's coming up for our channel. And I'm going to sit here and have a coffee.
Alrighty guys, so as you do know, we spent the last 3 months in the Australian Outback filming our Australian Outback road trip series. As sad as it is that series has now come to an end and we are back in Queensland, we still have a bunch of videos planned for you guys. So without giving too much away, our plan for the next few months is to actually follow the Queensland coastline north.
That'll obviously take us along the path of the Great Barrier Reef. Emma loves her diving, I love my fishing, so we want to be hitting places like Hervey Bay, obviously the iconic Ailey Beach with the amazing Whitsundays up there. The Great Barrier Reef up there is amazing, as well as Lake Proserpine. Lake Proserpine has a free camp that we're going to show you guys, and if you don't know, Lake Proserpine is stocked with barra. Now the barra won't breed in there, which means they get to insane sizes. So if I ever have a chance to catch my meter barra, it's going to be at Lake Proserpine. So stick around to watch me not catch a meter barra. But without giving too much away, following that northern coastline all the way up to the north is going to take us through some amazing places, really nice tropical locations. Further north you've obviously got Port Douglas, and then obviously right at the top you've got the tip of Australia. That's where we want to end that side of the series. So we've done quite a bit in the Northern Territory doing the outback side of things, and because of that we want to be pretty close to the beach. So we're just going to stick to that coastline, head from where we are now at the base and the south side of the Great Barrier Reef, and just continue up north and show you guys everything in between here and there. Really looking forward to doing those trips. There's a couple of things we've got to do, like I said, with the car and touring and stuff like that before we can do those trips. Speaking about the car, obviously giving you guys an update. We're about half an hour before going to pick Dusty up. To give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on with Dusty, obviously I haven't picked him up yet, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but I've obviously been in communication with the mechanic. My backyard mechanics to fix Dusty actually weren't as bad as I thought they were. I thought for sure if they actually got us back here that it was going to lead to other problems that we're going to need to get fixed, and I was a little bit worried that we might be looking at a complete engine rebuild or new cylinder heads or something like that, which was going to cost a fortune. And I was actually toying with the idea of, do we repair or replace Dusty? I haven't got a phone call from the mechanic saying that it's going to cost us thousands and thousands of dollars to fix Dusty, so now I don't have to make that decision, which is good. However, there was a couple of things we did have to replace on Dusty, but it was nowhere near as mechanically bad as I thought it was going to be. Obviously we blew a radiator hose, which then overheated the motor a little bit. Luckily, you know, we didn't keep driving after that. We did pull over and let the car cool down, fix the hose and refill the coolant before we moved on to camp, which we then stayed at that camp for about a week or something like that. And then even after that we stayed in places for a lot longer than we were going to let the car cool down, and then drove at night and stuff like that. And luckily for us, those preventative measures of constantly refilling the coolant and driving when it was cooler stopped the motor from actually getting worse and overheating or busting a cylinder head or anything like that. So the only damage that we actually needed to get fixed on the truck by the time we got home was we replaced all the coolant hoses in general, just so that another one didn't split. They did strip the motor down a little bit to make sure that everything was good, and apparently it was. There wasn't anything major mechanically that had to get fixed on it. The biggest mechanical, well, not even mechanical, the biggest problem we had was during one of those night drives. One of Skippy's mates decided he'd get a closer look at my spotlight and bent my bull bar. So we had to get that fixed and the light fixed, but that was probably the most expensive thing that ended up happening. They did exactly the same thing I did in Mount Isa, where they drained all the fluid out, replaced all the hoses, filled it all back up, and then pressure tested everything to make sure that nothing was leaking. And then basically, as far as I know at the moment, the main problem for the overheating was, one, it was about 50 degrees during the day. It was a V6 motor towing a caravan. The car was fully loaded, the caravan was fully loaded because we were living on the road. So everything's in that caravan, everything's in the car, it's a heavy vehicle. And V6s don't like Northern Territory heat anyway, let alone an older one that's just blown a radiator hose and is towing all this stuff. So luckily for us, I think that was the main problem. I'm hoping when I go pick the car up there's not a nasty surprise waiting for me where he turns around and goes, oh yeah, we replaced everything, that's 10 grand. So he's a good mechanic, and I don't think he'd do that to me unless it was April Fool's or something like that, and I'd probably have a heart attack, in which case the joke would be on him. So, but as far as an update on Dusty, as far as I know, Dusty's good. We're picking him up this afternoon. Couldn't be happier that Dusty's still in play. Obviously we live on the road, so we can't do that without a vehicle to tow the caravan, because I mean, it's not a big caravan, but I'm not pulling it everywhere we go. That wouldn't be fun at all. So super happy that the car's A1 mechanically again, hopefully. And yeah, like I said at the start of the video, massive shout out to you guys for all your support and your help and your comments down below, letting us know things for us to check. I definitely went through them and checked them as I was going as well. You know, there was a couple of things there that I thought of, but I thought, no, that's probably not it. And then as soon as one of you guys commented and said the same thing, I'm thinking, well, if we're both thinking it, maybe that is it. So it was super handy and helpful to have you guys on the other end helping us. That meant a lot to us, and we really appreciate it, guys. But for now, I think we're going to go wake the kids up and go get a lift into town and pick up Dusty. So not a massive video for you guys today, but just a little bit of an update to tell you guys, you know, we're here, we're back, we appreciate you. These are our plans for the future, and we hope that you'll join the JB family and come along with us. So don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you guys out there.